Hey folks, welcome to 9 to 5 to Freedom. So glad you're able to join us today. In today's video, we're going to review the weekly performance of our high yield dividend portfolio. For those who are new, my name's Alex, and on this channel, we talk about how we're converting some of real estate into high yield dividends to achieve financial freedom, to be able to leave that 9 to 5. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you stick around, leave a comment below, subscribe, and let's hop right into it, folks. Okay, so this is my channel for those who are new. Just give you an idea what's going on here. We got 32 subscribers. Welcome all new people. So glad you guys are checking out my videos. And I have videos that I'm doing weekly on the portfolio performance. I'm also discussing different types of high yield dividend ETFs and some of my journey as electrical engineer and investor into real estate. So check out this channel. All right, let's hop into today's market. So we had a little bit of a flat day today. And as you can see, we started out this morning at $5,630 for the S&P 500. End of the day, just slightly over, barely even getting 0.1%. So market's flat. A lot of stuff going on in the news, folks. As you know, and if you've been paying attention, April, which is just around the corner here, we are expecting to see more tariffs to kick in. And at this point, I guess the question is, are the markets already pricing in the April tariffs or not? If you think they are, leave a comment below. And if you're feeling optimistic, let me know what you think in the comments, okay? All right, so I'll go over the portfolio here. This is the portfolio with some high yield dividend ETFs. I do have some single stocks in here and some calls that are going to expire worthless. So don't mind that big, almost 20% down. But what I do is I usually take a snippet, cross out anything that's not important, and we'll zoom in to take a look at these ETFs. Okay, so right up top, and I have this sorted by performance, the best performance year to date, down to the worst. Starting out with USA, we're down 5.5%. Today we have a red day. This one pays out quarterly about 10%. JPQ, we are slightly up today in the green. This is good. Down for the year 6.99. XPay, we're pretty much flat today, which is not bad, down 7.12%. XDTE, pretty much flat today, down 8% for the year. QDTE, we're up almost 0.5%. I'm kind of surprised to see that because these usually trail pretty closely. We're down 10.36% for the year. Now this one pays more than XDTE in dividends. RDTE, this is on a small cap. We're down 0.5% today, down 10.5% for the year. FEPI from Rex funds, up slightly, 0.3%, and we're down 11.3% for the year. CLM CRF from Cornerstone, I'm not sure, is this really 0%? Can't really tell. It's a pretty big position I have in this portfolio. About 40% of my portfolio are in these two funds. They had an N2 filing. This was a few weeks ago, caused a pretty big slip. Was not really thrilled to see that. YMAG from YieldMax. Okay, so these ones, almost both of them are up 1% today, which is really nice. 16.7 down, 18.4 down respectively. I hold pretty big position of these as well in my portfolio. I got over 50% in these two funds. MSTY, this is from YieldMax, tracks the MSTR MicroStrategies, which tracks Bitcoin. up 1% today, down 21.7% for the year. Coney tracks the Coinbase stock. This is showing zero, not sure what that's all about. Down 36% for the year, pretty high. And TSLP from Curve tracks Tesla, up almost 5% today, down 40% for the year. Okay, so overall, as you can see, probably think all this is garbage, and these aren't really performing that well. And, you know, you can have that opinion, like, apparently, I guess. But overall, I think, you know, just looking at these performers, if I had to pick the ones that I really like the way they've been doing, will be this top half. I think these are pretty strong candidates. And the ones that have seen the most NAV erosion will be somewhere on the bottom. Okay, so I'm not sure about these funds. They do pay good dividends though. So let's hop into that. Let's see what we got for this weekly dividend. We hop over to our dividend tracker. In here, I enter every week's performance. We're tracking, and we are currently on week 11. Okay, so this is what we got going on. Week 11. Let me get my face out of the way. Okay, so this week we got from XDTE, which is Roundhill, got $11.50, which is not bad. We got $7.50 from QDTE, $1.70 from RDTE. YMAG got $14, $29 for YMAX, and that totals us for $64.02 for the week. Now, I do have a QDTE payout, and what I've noticed is this payout actually came out this week, but it won't hit our dividend. It won't hit my portfolio until next week. So QDT has been kind of acting funny, where they're paying it out, but it's not settling until the following week. So it is a bit in the future. So the one that I received at $7.51 actually came out last week. So this one's a little goofy to track, but I just want to be consistent on when I'm actually receiving it. So we're going to put it in for next week. So for the week, we're up $64. Last week, we had $85. Now, we did have some of the monthly ones that paid out last week. So this week is the shorter week. Now, one thing I want to do is compare to the previous weeks that only had the weekly payouts. Okay. Now, this one, if I go back to, let's see here, we'll just compare the weeklies for the previous week. And those paid out $58. So it was actually slightly lower payout the week prior to that. If we look at the weeklies prior to that, we had a whopping $140, which was a really nice week. The week before that was $82. The week before that was $54. So one thing to note here, XPay, they're targeting 20% payout every week. Every month. So that's very consistent. These other ones that are weekly, they're kind of all over the place a little bit. As you can see here, $5, $3, $3, $6, $8, $15, $5, $8, $11. A little bit all over the place. But if we do an average of, let's see here, $7.50 from XDTE. Really liking that one. Okay, folks, so that's what we're going to cover this week. Trying to make this really quick one. I do have some news that I wanted to share, and I made a video about this last time, and that was in regards to the sale of my rental, which actually happened this week. So finally closed, and I received the money in the bank. I am waiting for that money to transfer over to our brokerage account, and we're going to start doing some investing. Now, I'm really not sure how to approach this. Dollar cost averaging, or should I do lump sum? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think should be done. Now, this April 2nd, with tariffs kicking in, I might do some dollar cost averaging at least throughout April. in case we do see some more volatility in the market. But for right now, I'm really excited to see what these dividends are able to do with a large sum of money, and if I can use that to pay off some debt. So that's my goal for this year. I'm not going to be reinvesting into more dividends. I really want to take this income and pay some things off to see if I can actually truly track two things, right? So I want to see how much my fund deteriorates throughout the year, and I want to see how much I'm able to extract via dividends. So this is a wrap for today. If you like this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Thanks.